The winner is Lamar Jackson of University of Louisville.
Good evening and welcome to this week's edition of Tigers Roar. Those LSU Tigers will take on Lamar Jackson in the Citrus Bowl. With Jordy Hultberg, I'm Tommy Kreisand, coming at you on a Wednesday night from 8 to 10, the original airing each week. And Jordy, last week we sat here and we wondered if when we got here for this week's Tigers Roar, if LSU would have an offensive coordinator in place.
And that they
do.
Lo
and behold, that they do. Your reaction to Matt Canada being named to be a part of Ed Orgeron's staff?
Honestly, I have not followed him in any way, shape, or form. His numbers speak very highly of himself. He's very energetic, very enthusiastic, quite the antithesis of Dave Aranda, who's kind of this trench coat, the lab coat in the lab and watching tape. So, hey, here's what I like about him. When asked, what type of offense do you run? We run an offense that scores points. That's all I need to hear.
I've learned a lot about Matt Canada in the last 24 hours or so, as you know, when his name was being targeted after Lane Kiffin landed at Florida Atlantic. I said, well, I better do a little research. Nowadays with computers, you can get everything you need to know in a matter of minutes, and went through all of his stuff, and then watched the press conference on Wednesday afternoon at LSU, which we're going to play for you shortly here on the program. If you didn't see it, you'll be able to see it, hear it, the whole bit. And I, at this point, am impressed with what I have learned about him and the way he handled the press. He's never been in front of that many media people, I wouldn't guess, in his coaching career at one time. And he the guy having to answer the questions. So I was impressed with, A, how he handled it, B, what he said. And I think LSU fans should be excited and should be eager to see what's going to happen. But an effective on Wednesday, he can begin contacting recruits on behalf of LSU. That's key. No face-to-face communication on January 10th. We're in the dead period, but text messaging, Twitter, emails, there's ways they can communicate. So I think, once Kiffin went to Florida Atlantic, everybody said Coach Orgeron needs to move quickly, and he did. And as I sit here mid-December, I like the hire. Like everyone else, I'm eager to see what will happen.
I'll wait till just like recruits, they pan out or they don't. We'll see what happens on the field, and we'll see it. But it sparks enthusiasm because there will be a change. And from people that I value, they say his ability to make adjustments within the course of a game, within the course of a series, is quite significant. I mean, he runs a lot of trick plays. He tackles. Look out. Left tackles, look out, you have a chance to score. So who knows? But the main question is, can he develop a quarterback? Well, and that's the key.
It was pointed out by our colleague Eric Asher, who was on my radio show this week. He said, well, LSU is no longer a desert for quarterbacks. That's been a problem the last 12 years, the recruiting and development of quarterbacks.
Awful.
Now you have to think a quarterback, be it Miles Brennan, be it Lowell Narcisse, whomever, should definitely take a look at Matt Canada, like we did, learn more about him. They can talk to him and find out what is his philosophy, what's his plan, and then decide if they want to cast a lot at LSU. And if they don't, the heavy lifting now, the recruiting between now and February 1, which is National Signing Day, first Wednesday in February, has to be February 1st this year, coming year, 2017. So it's time now. Recruiting, because as Coach Canada said, and you'll hear in a little while, players win. It's all about players.
Yeah, they keep it simple, he says, just like Dave Aranda. People think we're running a whole bunch of plays, but we aren't. We're just using different formations. And with today's modern technology, I guarantee you they're putting together a highlight reel of his offense, and they'll ship it and email it to every offensive player, every skill position player. Here's what I've done in the past. This fits you perfectly. We want you. Come on, hop on board. Let's go. And the other thing is, everywhere that Coach Canada has been, his offense has been prolific. I mean, they averaged 42 points, a game at Wake Forest. Only problem was the defense was so bad, that's why they lost games. Well, that's not going to be the case at LSU. Aranda's going to take care of his end. Canada can take care of his end. Ed Orgeron could be the figurehead, shake hands, kiss babies, and talk at press conferences. Maybe this is a new trend. Maybe this is a new way. This might be the start of something different in college football.
It could correct the market on salaries.
Really could.
I've read some stuff on that. Now, here's another point that should be duly noted. He will remain with the Pitt Panthers
Correct.
for their bowl game, which is Wednesday, December 28th in Yankee Stadium against Northwestern of the Big Ten, which means Steve Ensminger will continue to run the offense, and he'll call the plays against Louisville in the Citrus Bowl. And then when he gets done on the 28th in New York, my guess is the 29th, he's back in Baton Rouge working hard.
Absolutely.
And
he'll be in the press box New Year's Eve.
He'll be down there.
He'll be there or on the sideline watching the game and getting a feel for who the players are.
Yeah.
Because he has no clue.
Yeah, so, that's where it is. Again, I think the initial reaction is a favorable one by most people I've talked to a lot of our colleagues today, and I know I'll talk to many people in the coming days. My phone was blowing up all afternoon with friends. Hey, what do you think, TK? And I think this, I think that.
How do we know? We haven't seen anything.
No, but again, they're
not going to hire some buffoon.
I could probably win a press conference, go in there and say all the right things and go, hey. But
go get a quarterback, go develop a quarterback, then I'll make my assessment.
Well, let's say that he's the only coordinator who beat and scored a lot of points on Clemson this year. I know he made reference to beating Bama in 03. He shouldn't have went with that. Okay,
well,
that's
why
too
not?
far ago.
That's okay. It's only time he played him.
It's too long ago.
No, it's only time he played him.
It's too long ago.
No, only time he played him.
Beat Clemson this year, scored a lot of points on Clemson, who's 2 games away from a national championship. So
he still beat Alabama.
Are you going to hang your hat on that?
I don't know. But it got some laughter in the room.
And he did get the question about going against the SEC.
Absolutely.
But here's another thing.
Northern Illinois
is intriguing. There's no question in my mind he's going to have more talent on that offensive side of the football field here in Baton Rouge than he had at Northern Illinois, North Carolina State, or Pittsburgh, or Wisconsin, or Indiana. I mean, he's going to be dealing with receivers unlike he's seen. I'm not saying he didn't have any good players in them places, but he didn't have a wealth of good players.
Time will tell. Get a quarterback, develop a quarterback, then we'll talk.
Yeah, so
then we'll talk.
Overall, I think the early call, the very early call is good.
Yeah.
Might make the spring game a little more interesting this year.
Never.
No?
Never.
People are going to want to see what happens.
People are going to want to go see, but what are they going to see?
That's what I'm saying. I mean, it's going to make it.
Maybe Ed Orgeron does it a little bit differently.
True, we don't know. We never had a spring game under Coach O.
With less, who cares?
It was a waste of time.
Yeah, it's a waste of time.
Well, maybe Ed will do something different.
See, I still go back to my philosophy on that.
What?
Play an in-state school, raise money, charge people $5 to get in, and give that money to charity.
You got a lot of good ideas. Why don't you run for governor or something?
Ooh.
No, not doing that.
No.
No, okay. Well, maybe run for commissioner of Louisiana Sports. Can we start a new group?
I could do that. Yeah, I could do that.
Commissioner of Louisiana Sports Group.
Well, I guarantee you wouldn't play a high school football game starting after 10 o'clock.
They're talking about changing that.
Really?
It all on the same weekend. I mean, duh. Hello, LHSAA. It's a big meeting at the end of January.
That's another story for another day.
We'll keep that.
Oh, Canada, baby. Way to go.
Let's tell you what we got coming up on the program tonight. We'll hear from Coach Matt Canada. He'll be 45 years old in January. So there you have that. We'll let you hear it tonight. We'll also hear from Lamar Jackson, the quarterback of the Louisville Cardinals. Of course, that's another side story for the Citrus Bowl now. LSU going to take on
Was there any
Heisman
doubt
Trophy.
on that? Was there really any doubt? They tried to make it suspenseful. There was no doubt.
I don't think it was any doubt on it.
No.
We'll also get some bowl previews on the Sugar Bowl down in New Orleans.
That's where LSU should be playing.
Some of the state schools, and then the playoff previews. We got some more of that kind of stuff for you. And then, Jordy, that team in New Orleans, the Saints.
Something has to happen. Changes have to be made. I don't know who or where.
It is a mess.
But it's a mess.
They have assured themselves of a non-winning record. Again.
If they get to 6 wins this year, they've got 3 games left, 2 on the road.
They're 5-8.
And they're 5-8.
And they play at home on Christmas Eve at
6-10.
in the afternoon on Christmas Eve.
Pin drop.
I said today.
Pin drop.
I hope they don't make a lot of popcorn because they're not going to sell it.
Echo.
All right. Also, Johnny Jones's team returned to the hardwood after a 14-day layoff.
They need to play some games.
Looked a little rusty in the first half,
games.
but ended up winning. Your thoughts quickly? We'll hear from Johnny and some players later.
That's That's a long layoff, 2 weeks. That's a
14.
long
Did y'all
layoff.
ever break for
Heck
14
no. Heck no.
Y'all didn't take the exam break thing?
Yeah, we took the exam break, but exam
wasn't
doesn't
14
last 2
days?
weeks. We all got it compressed into one, and boom, we're playing.
I was going. All right, I'll ask you. Did you take exams?
Of course.
Okay, I'm just asking.
Oh my God! What do you think? What are you insinuating?
Nothing. I just want to know.
No, you're
if you took your exam.
you're
We didn't
insinuating
have
something.
computers and stuff back
No,
then.
I had to walk to class and
You
break
had to, like,
out
sit
the
in
pencil,
desk
sit in the desk,
show
and
out the
fill
little-
out. Yeah,
Make the little dots all over the place.
absolutely. Did you take finals? What?
I didn't
Yeah.
say. I said exams.
Exams. Yes.
Okay, I'm just curious.
I had to go to class. I had to go to class.
I don't think every
My dad would have said
every college athlete in the world has not taken an exam.
I left to go to LSU. My dad said, "You know what? You are a student, okay, and I better see similar grades to what you got in high school, or we're going to talk."
Speaking of your dad, tell him what you noticed last night down at the arena.
Smoothie King Center, and walking through the concourse to see the Golden State Warriors, and there's my dad's picture, 1945 Loyola Wolfpack, the NAI national champions. Front row, he was an All-American, 6'2" power forward. How times have changed. Now Kevin Durant's a 7-foot point guard. It's crazy. It's crazy.
All right, well, we'll take a break, come back, tell you a little bit about Tremonti's Meat and Seafood,
Oh, is
and then
that
let
good?
you hear from Coach Matt Canada. We'll do all that when we continue with more of Tigers Roar, Baton Rouge, Lafayette, New Orleans, and on the internet at PelicanSportsTV.com. Stay with us.
We want you. Immediately after the LSU game, it's Pelican Sports post-game show with Tommy Krysan and Buddy Sanji. We'll have reports from the stadium, statistics, and game analysis. Your phone calls and text messages are welcome. The Pelican Sports post-game show right after the LSU game on Pelican Sports TV and CBS Sports Radio.
Here at Rejuva-Me Medical, we strive to accomplish a more youthful you. We specialize in the most advanced techniques of testosterone replacement therapy in men, bioidentical hormone replacement in women, IV therapy, and nutritional support along with the state-of-the-art cosmetics procedures. Experience a network of trainers and health coaches offering diet and nutritional plans tailored to you. Call us today to schedule your free consultation to discuss your individual needs and goals. Look like you live younger.
Creel Tree Service is a licensed and insured tree service providing tree and stump removal, topping, trimming, cabling, pruning, and fertilizing. We have free stump removal with takedowns, free estimates, affordable rates, and senior citizens discounts. Call 774-TREE. That's 774-8733. Get your yard ready for the warmer weather. If it deals with a tree, call me, Creel Tree Service, 774-8733. That's 774-TREE.
Perkins Road Veterinary Hospital is a full-service veterinary hospital committed to your pet's health. We offer advanced diagnostic and therapeutic medical services, laser surgery, dog and cat diets, and treats, along with stress-free boarding. Dr. Ritchie sees patients for routine checkups to keep your loved ones happy, also advanced medical and surgical cases. We have separate condos for cat boarding and large climate-controlled canine boarding. Our boarding dogs get to have fun in a very large play yard several times a day. Laser therapy is a service that we offer to heal wounds and help our patients that suffer from chronic pain. Laser therapy is a wonderful adjunct treatment for neurologic and arthritic pain with no side effects. Your pets are family members and deserve the best and highest quality of care. Dr. Ritchie and his staff greatly respect the human-animal bond and are committed to exceeding your expectations.
Look Cypress Lake Apartments are conveniently located off Segan Lane in Baton Rouge. Come see this community, which has many amenities including swimming pools, fitness room, playground, and much more. Beautiful views of Cypress Lake. 1, 2, 3-bedroom apartments are available. Stop by and see Cypress Lake Apartments. Give them a call at 225-293-6789 or visit online, cypresslake-apartments.net.
We continue with Tigers Roar. Some of my favorite stuff here is sprinkled spice from Tremonti's Meat and Seafood. I'm putting it on everything, I can promise you. Jordy, tell us all about what we got.
Well, this
going.
is a little gift basket for Christmas time for that person that has everything. How about a couple of steaks here, a little nice bottle of red wine, some sprinkle sauce, all put together in a nifty little basket. We'll gift wrap it for you, put a little bow on it, and you're good to go. You can get fillets, you can get ribeyes, whatever you want. It's all fresh, it's all delicious. Don't forget prime rib for Christmas time. Call them, 751-7665. Go to their website, tremontis.com. That's tremontis.com for everything you can imagine. Yes, they'll still do the turkeys. They'll fry them. They'll rotisserie them. They'll smoke them. But prime rib with that, oh my gosh, that horseradish sauce, it is absolutely spectacular. Plus, they have daily luncheon specials. They've got everything you need. Catering for a Christmas party. Just go to their website, tremontis.com. I could talk about it all day. The food is fresh, the food is delicious, and it's a fun place to go.
Gift cards are available.
Yes.
We had some of us from the Pelican over there with lunch this week, a little chicken fried steak on a Monday.
Not bad.
Everybody really, really enjoyed it. Yeah. Website's got a lot of info. Order that prime rib for the holidays. Get a gift card. A lot more coming out of Tremonti's, too, that we tell you about in the coming months.
And great spirits. They've got great selection of wine. They've got a great selection of other spirits there and so forth. But this is a really neat little thing to give to your boss, or if you're a company, to give to some of your employees. If you have clients, this is a great little thing. It's going to feed 2 people easily. Nice bottle of red. You're good to go. Tremontis.com.
All right, there we go. Appreciate Mike and the rest of the folks over at Tremonti's, and we'll tell you more about them. Want to tell you more about Matt Canada. Again, he'll be 45 years old in January, and expected to hit the ground running at LSU right after the Pitt Panther Bowl game on December 28th.
Pinstripe Bowl, right?
Pinstripe
Stadium.
Bowl, Yankee Stadium against Northwestern of the Big Ten.
Okay.
So we have for you the activities from out on the campus Wednesday afternoon with Coach Ed Orgeron and the introduction and some question and answers with the new offensive coordinator at LSU, Matt Canada. Enjoy.
Welcome, everybody. Good to see everybody. What a great day for LSU football. It's been a tremendous process of going out and be able to recruit the top and the best offensive coordinators in the country, and we got him, Matt Canada. We're excited to have him. He's a great man. He's put up tremendous numbers at several different spots that he's been at. Everyone I called, people that work for him, he's a great team guy, win first. The players love him. He's great on game day, great caller, multiple shifts, multiple formations, makes it tough on defensive coordinators that are called across the league that played against him. One of the toughest guys to go against. Very creative mind, can make adjustments during the game, and it's very hard to go against. You know, one of the things I really liked in our interview is that I felt that he fit in with our staff. One team, one heartbeat. And he's about team, he's about winning. He didn't talk to him about the lofty numbers that he put up, the things that he did, the great things that he did as a coordinator. But I know this, he's had success in several different systems. He's done a great job of coaching quarterbacks, whether it be in the spread offense, whether it be in a pro-style offense, whether the quarterback's running the ball or throwing the ball, the guy knows what he's doing. We're very fortunate to have, in my opinion, and an opinion across the country, 2 of the top coordinators at LSU in Matt Canada and Dave Aranda. We're looking forward to him coming to the LSU Tigers after the bowl game. He's going to be able to start calling recruits today, and he will go back and coach his team in the bowl. Very honorable. He wanted to go back and talk to his coach last night, do it like a man, and he came back. We are excited to have our offensive coordinator. Give him a hand, Matt Canada.
Well, when you talk about big days in your life, to stand up here at a place that, is nothing but excellence everywhere you go. You look at the stadium, you look at our facilities. First off, to Coach O, I'm humbled beyond belief that he called me. Had a chance to visit with him yesterday and was, blown away that I was extending an offer. So Mr. Oliva, for making it happen and everything he did, and just for the LSU community, I'm humbled and excited to be here. I'm just a ball coach. I don't have any fancy name or anything else. I love coaching ball. I love coaching kids. And when you come to a place with the great players that are here, and the history of this program, what Coach brings in, Dave, we crossed paths. He actually bought my house back up in Wisconsin when I left and he was coming. So that's the history we have. And so that's how it works out. Now we're coaching at the same place, but obviously the best defensive coordinator in the nation. And so to come to a place with all the pieces, already lined up and just to get to be part of that puzzle, I'm blown away and so humbled. My fiance Erin is here. I'm fortunate that she's here, and she certainly is an amazing part of my life. My children, Tori and Chris, they're probably somewhere watching this, and we've moved a lot and done a lot, and I love them to death, and I'm very, very fortunate to have them. But we're going to do a great job of winning games, period. If we win 10-7, we talked to Coach, and that was what was important. We want to win. If we need to score more than that, we'll find a way to score more than that. But we're going to use our personnel. I think the best thing that we have done is find a way to maximize our strengths and minimize our weaknesses, maximize the strengths of the players we have at the moment. Our system is versatile enough, and Coach mentioned it. Again, I don't think it's anything magnificent or super creative, but we're going to use our players' talents to find a way to win. And stats are overrated. Stats are funny to talk about when you need to have something good to say. You matter about winning games. And for me, my job is to score enough points to win games. And that's what I'm going to do in leading our offense and leading our team. And I'm excited to go back to Pittsburgh. I want to thank Coach Narduzzi for allowing me the opportunity to work there, and Scott Barnes, the athletic director there. It was a great place, and our players did a great job. I'm thankful that Coach O is going to let me go back and finish it the right way and coach our bowl game and allow our players and coaches here to finish their season. And I'm very, very excited to be here, and would love to answer any questions you might want to ask me.
Coach, back left, Matt Moscona, ESPN Radio here in Baton Rouge. Have you gotten a chance, I know it's early, but to look at any of LSU's personnel, particularly the quarterbacks? Do you have any thoughts?
I have. I mean, obviously, it's been a quick process here. I was in with Coach O yesterday. I'm aware of some of those guys, and certainly through recruiting, as we all recruit at different places we are, to start talking specifics, I think that'd be unfair. I'm very excited to, again, allow them to finish their season. With where we are, we're going to get another win, and then we'll get in and really start dissecting what we're going to do and put in our program. But there's great players here, and I do believe that we will find a way to always maximize our talents at quarterback. We've had running quarterbacks. Our quarterback this year, I just coached Nate Peterman, came from another place, and I think he had 28 touchdowns and 6 interceptions. The guy before that I coached, Jacoby Brissett, I think his 2-year career ended 44 touchdowns and 11 picks, and he came from a place too. So I think we find what our guys do well, and I have great faith we're going to do that with the guys we have here. We have great pieces already in place. I hope I have a major impact here. I'm excited to get on the phone with the young men that are committed to us, to get on the phone with the young men that are considering, coming to play at this great place, and tell them what we're going to do and how we're going to do it. And I'm just a part of it. I certainly am not any major deal, but I'm going to express to them what we're going to do, the honest and straightforward approach we're going to have, and that what we want to do is score points. So I believe that that's the best way to do it in recruiting, to tell them the way it is so there's no confusion. I think that's Coach O and I hit it off pretty well yesterday because we both were pretty direct with what was important to us, from family to football to everything in between. And that was a great feel for me. And I think that'll continue on in our recruiting. I can see that with what we do, and that's what I do.
And just a quick follow-up. Are you looking to find the best quarterback, or are you looking for a quarterback to fit a system?
The best quarterback. We've got We can all draw plays. Everybody in here and everybody in America can call plays, right? Everybody can call the right play after the play's over. So plays are overrated. The players you get win the games. Players win games, not plays. So we're going to find the best player that we can who's a winner, who's a student of the game, who's accurate. And if he, again, everybody asks that question. I'd like him to be 6'6" and run a 4.1 and throw the ball 100 yards and be the smartest person you've ever met. Well, that doesn't happen. We're all blessed with different talents. Some of us are bigger. Some of us are faster. Some of us throw it better. We're going to find the best players we can get who fit Coach O's philosophy, the excellence that we have in this program, and we will find a way to score points with those players. As long as they're a winner, we'll find a way to win.
Ross Dellinger with The Advocate. Matt, a year ago, you were out of a job. Tell us about, did you ever imagine yourself in this position now just a year after that happened, and then what happened there?
No, I didn't. I mean, this has been professionally and personally the best and the hardest year of my life. I would say both ways. However you want to look at it. What happened there is irrelevant. I've answered the question. I was surprised. I didn't see it coming. We were third in the league in scoring. But people make changes, and I'm very, very fortunate the change was made because I'm standing here talking to you right now. So, to say I saw it there, I do believe there's a plan. I do believe that as life goes on, things work out the way they're supposed to, and you just have to keep believing that and doing the right thing. So I'm very, very humbled to be here, and I believe that's the way it was supposed to work out. At the time, we all struggle sometimes to believe that when those events occur, but obviously there was a reason. I think we're proud of that. If you talk, I appreciate the question. We're proud of that. I went to Northern Illinois, and we won a championship in the first year, and I had a chance to go on, and I've only chose to take two jobs. When we talk about the moves, things happen. When you're not in charge, certain things occur. So we went on to Wisconsin. We won the Big Ten. And we had a great year this year at Pitt in our first year. Again, I do believe what I'm saying. It's not clinic talk. It's not here for the press conference. It's about players. It's about players, not about plays. Our system is very easy. It's very easy to learn. We find a way to teach it in a way that our kids understand it and they believe it. And we want them to learn it as fast as they possibly can. I don't get any points for us to stand up saying 2 years from now, you're really going to understand this offense. That doesn't matter. We want to win. We're going to win right now. That's why we're here. We got to win football games. And my job is to do whatever coach tells me to do and score enough points to win games. So our system is easy for our players to learn. We believe that. We've done that, and we're proud of that. Yes, sir.
I'm Scott Rabalais with the Baton Rouge Advocate. That said, there is kind of a mandate for the person in your job to kind of change the offensive culture of this program. Is that something that's been communicated to you, and is that part of the appeal for you to take this job?
The appeal for me is this is LSU. That's the appeal. This is the greatest program in the country. I mean, I got a call from Coach O to come to LSU. That's the appeal. We just got to win games. I think it's a team game. Coach talks about one heartbeat. That's what it is. So I don't think there's any mandate. We're going to do what we can to win games. We're proud of what we've done. We've scored points on some really good people, and we're going to do what we have to do that. But I don't think there's any. I'm not looking to come in and change this or change that to make it right. We have a system that we believe in. That's what we're going to do. I believe our players will be excited about our system. I believe our players will see the production that it has had, and we're certainly going to show them as we install plays. We're going to use, the plays, and they're probably going to see some players that, our running backs. You talk about the running backs that have had production in our system. You got James Conner right now, which is a phenomenal story. You go back a little bit there, Monty Ball, pretty good player. Melvin Gordon's still playing right now. James White's still playing. Those three kids all were in the same system at the same time, so we had three backs on the field a lot. Again, I think that's what we'll do. So I think our players will see that and understand that. But hopefully, hopefully what you say when it's done is they maximize their talent, whatever their players could do, and they scored points. I think, we've had, I went out when I was at Indiana. I went out and met with Coach Kelly at Oregon. So I think that's obviously with very much of a spread style. And when we were there, that's what we did. So I think our offense hasn't changed the way the philosophy hasn't changed. What's changed, if you look at the places I've been, has been the players. So when we were there, we threw the ball a lot in that league. We weren't the biggest or the strongest. When I went to Northern Illinois, we had two running quarterbacks. Jordan Lynch ended up being second in the Heisman the next year at Northern Illinois. So that was a running power read. That was what we did there. That was certainly a spread offense. So I think we have to utilize our talents. We do have a spread component. We can be spread. We watched a game yesterday. It doesn't matter which one. I would say if you looked at it, it looked like a spread team for sure. You know, we were doing a lot of things. We were trying to find ways to score points. So I don't like to pigeonhole us that we're this or we're that. I think when you watch teams in the league right now, I mean, the Patriots, what are the Patriots? Are they a pro-style team? Are they a spread team? Obviously, you know, our team here, what are the Saints? I mean, they're a pro team. What are they? So we're going to do what we do to get our players on the field. If we have a multitude of tight ends, you'll probably see more of those guys on the field. If we have great receivers, you're going to see them on the field more. So each defense, every defense, and a coach can stop them all, but every defense can decide what they're going to stop. They can stop a play. We have the next play, and they may stop that one too, but we do, I believe, have the plays off the plays and the answers in our system that we can at least have a chance to move the football.
Right here on your left, Michael Cobble, WBRZ-TV. Would you say that's your best strength, your adaptive nature? You talk about it being about the players and not necessarily the scheme as much. So what were you selling in your meetings with everyone about yourself?
Again, that's a humbling question. I don't know that anything's a great strength, but I do think if you look at what we've done, we've used different, as you would look at it, I guess, from the outside. Hey, they're a power team here, they're a quarterback run team here, but it's been the same offense. So I guess I think if you say, well, I'm proud that we do that. I'm proud that we find a way to maximize our talents and have, you know, a fullback, a walk-on fullback this year. I have 9 or 10 touchdowns that probably nobody thought was going to, but he's a tough guy that blocks and plays so hard, so we're going to use him, and that allows a personnel grouping to give us an advantage. All we're trying to do when we play is find the matchup for us to take advantage of the defense, because defenses are great, and it's hard to score points. We all know that. So I'm proud of that. I don't know if that's a great strength, but I'm proud that we do that.
Coach, back here in the back again, Matt Roberts. Just curious, with what LSU's been able to do on defense, how much do you look to play a complementary style that kind of helps out the defense, or is that maybe something that's overrated?
It's not overrated at all. Again, I think what we're going to do is win football games, and that was a great conversation Coach O and I had. Stats, where you rank. I know that's something, and I'm not, it's something we all do in fantasy world, fantasy football, total offense. Well, really, if your total offense is something, what does that mean? That might mean you were getting the ball in bad field position. That might mean your special teams weren't getting you the ball in the right spot or what have you. So it really, the biggest stat that I look at for us is scoring points. That's what I've always said. But in a game, it's scoring more points than they score. We're not going to keep being silly to try to get this score up so we have this kind of a scoring average. When we're going to go, Coach O will certainly dictate what the plan is for each game. And like we said, we've got a great defense and great talent. We just want to win. There's nothing like Saturday night when you win a football game. You feel really, really good as a coach, as a player, as a fan, and that's what we're going to do. We're going to win. So some games it changes. Some games it doesn't bounce your way. A couple things happen. You get a guy nicked up, and you have to do what you have to do. But we're going to win games. So without question, we are going to complement our entire team. However the game goes, each and every game is different. This is obviously the top league. This is football. This is the whole deal. So all those guys are people we look at and study and go after and try to make ourselves as much like them as we can. So I'm excited to study our opponents. I'm excited. Everybody has a feel. Everybody has what they do on game day, but then everybody changes week to week. So I don't have any specifics on any coach that way. And as far as working with anybody, there's certainly guys I know and we've crossed paths with, but there's no specific there.
Along those lines, Coach, Chris Price, this will be your first time coaching full-time against SEC competition. I wonder what your experience has been coaching against any SEC teams, and what do you think of that level of competition that SEC defenses will present?
Well, I'm 1-0 at Alabama. Northern Illinois, we beat Alabama in 2003. So I guess I'll go with that. Huh? Well, it's a true statement. So, I've been in a lot of different places. You play crossover games. Again, this is the top. This is the top. So I'm excited about it. I think, I'm certainly I'm proud of where I've been. You look at some, Coach Venables is a tremendous coach at Clemson. Coach Foster's a tremendous coach at Virginia Tech. Coach Pruitt obviously is out of Alabama now. I played him when he was at Florida State, and he certainly got after us. So there's a lot of guys out there that I've competed against at different places. It's still our game. It's still about blocking, tackling, finding some way to score one more point than they score. But by all means, I certainly understand, the level of play that I'm getting into. There's no doubt about that. It's the top. That's a really good perk when you get to take a job and have a guy like that. And I think he's going to be excited. Again, we're going to get moving, but we're going to allow everybody to finish the season. But I think when he looks at what we do, and again, those backs I mentioned, those are real tangible people that he's seen and knows about. I think he's going to be excited with what we do and excited with the way we're going to progress our offense. But I'm very excited about him and all our players. Again, the talent in this program is awesome.
Hey, Matt, over here, Gary Laney from Saturday Down South. You've had so many offenses with different focal points that you alluded to, from 3,000-yard passers who ran for 1,000, the running backs at Wisconsin, and what you had this year. Was there ever a year where it didn't really quite fit into your system and you really had to expand it? Or everywhere you go, it all just kind of fits into your system in a different way?
I would say if you look at 13, our first year at NC State, we didn't have a very productive year. We struggled. We played a lot of different quarterbacks, and I'll always take all the blame. So we obviously didn't do a very good job that year. But I think when you look at us, I think we are proud of that. And I've coached with a lot of great coaches, on our staff. And from running it to, like you mentioned, if you watched us, you wouldn't think we ever had a quarterback who would have that many yards rushing. And if you watch us you'd never think we had a quarterback who was going to lead in pass efficiency. So we're going to maximize our talents. I think that's our job as coaches. It's not to have a system. It's to score points in the red zone. I think we're pretty good at that. We're pretty proud of that. How do you score points in the red zone? You got to do it. You got to be pretty good on third down. We believe you got to run the football. Running the football is a big deal. So we're going to run the football. But how we're going to run it dictates on our players and what the defense does too. Defense has a lot to do about it. But we're going to be, Coach mentioned it, we are going to shift a little bit. And we are going to move, and we're going to change the tempo. We're going to do everything we can do to give ourselves an advantage to be offensive. We're on offense. It's called offense for a reason.
John?
Yes, sir, it did. I think this is an amazing place, but I do think, again, I'll mention it again because it was a special place, with Coach Narduzzi. He allowed us the freedom to do our job. And Coach O certainly has said that. He's the head coach. Whatever he tells me to do, I'm going to do. I am a chain of command coach, person. I believe in it to the end. But I do believe if you have too many things going on, it's very hard to have success at anything in life. We're talking about football right now, which is really a big deal. But I think that's hard, Too many cooks in the kitchen. It's hard. So that conversation was a very, very big deal for me to feel confident in making the decision, and obviously wanting the opportunity to be given to me first. But once that occurred, to have the chance to come here, to know that his philosophy of running the football, which we're going to do, of having a standard of excellence, of all those things that he has instilled in our players, I'm going to follow that. But we're going to do it in our way, which allows us to win football games. So that was a big deal. Huddle and no huddle. We're a huddle team. We believe in huddling, but there's probably a game we didn't huddle hardly at all. Again, I believe it comes back to the game, comes back to the situation. We will change the tempo at times. We've been very productive with that, and we've done it all. And we could go back to anything. We're not going to pigeonhole ourselves right now either. But there's merit to going fast. We all understand that. You see what it does to a defense. But again, in our conversation, Coach and I really, in my belief, hit it off very well. We want to win. And you can go very, very fast all the time and score a lot of points maybe, but you might do this, and then your defense is out there a lot. We just want to win. We just want to win. I'm here to be part of the excellence of LSU and winning. So we're going to do both.
Coach, you have time for one more, Jim? Yeah, Coach. Jim Klein, PeterNola.com, the Times-Picayune. Aside from your real estate connection with Coach Aranda, do you have a connection with LSU, any of the coaches on the staff, or Louisiana in general? And what are your thoughts about LSU and Louisiana?
Nothing direct. My thoughts are, again, this is the premier program in the nation. And, I was able to take a tour yesterday and walk around and see our facilities, see everything we have here, which is obviously first class. to go into the stadium, that was a unbelievable moment. So I'm excited to be here. We plan on being here for a long, long time, and we're excited just to be a small part of this program and all Coach O's staff.
There he is.
Impressive. Says all the right things.
He won the press conference if there's such a thing.
Is he a press box guy or on the field guy?
That wasn't discussed. Maybe it was discussed out before he walked out of the room. I don't think that matters. No. I think if I was in those shoes, I'd want to be on the sidelines.
Absolutely.
Personally, but I mean,
that would be me as well.
You know, but that's for him to decide what's best for him and this team and this offense.
Now we'll see if Ed Orgeron says, okay, here's the rest of my staff. When is that going to happen?
Special teams, they got to identify that.
What role is Steve Ensminger going to play? Is he going to go back to coaching tight ends? Is he going to go as an offensive consultant? Who knows?
Don't be surprised there's not another change or two after the bowl game.
Very much so.
Coaching carousel is still spinning around this country. There's 1 or 2 jobs not even filled yet.
But at least you can sit back and
now you
exhale a little bit.
They got Aranda under contract. Now you got Canada.
How much is he going to make?
They said about $1 million a year for 3 years guaranteed. So
got him cheap.
Yeah. So if you add
Do you
up,
believe that? I'm saying
Aranda,
Orgeron's 3.5. Aranda's 1.85 average.
So that's
3.5 and
5.3, and then so less approximately $6.5 million. They got 3 people. Yeah. They'd had to give Fisher $7 or $8 million. And who knows what Tom Herman would have asked for? That's all water under the bridge. We'll never get back. But
there you go.
Just putting a little math on you right there.
I can see them getting some more of these, these quote consultants. Like Nick Saban's got like 20 guys on staff that they just break down.
Why has not everybody else started doing that?
I don't know. They got plenty of money now to where these guys don't have to make that much. You get young guys in there, they just break down film like that's all they do all day.
Well, I thought that's what graduate assistants did.
Yeah, but they need more of those.
Need more of them?
I bet that's the way they go.
All right, now the heavy lifting into the recruiting period. Signing day is Wednesday, February 1. Coach Canada can begin contacting recruits on behalf of LSU on the day he was announced.
It's a dead period, but they can still text.
I got clarification on that. Basically, dead period means no face-to-face communication.
Okay.
Text, Twitter, email, Snapchat, Instagram, you name it.
Can they call them on the phone?
I think you can call them on the phone.
Right.
You just can't go to their house, to their school. They can't come to your place.
And it's unlimited text. It's unlimited.
All day long.
Kelvin Sampson would never have gotten in trouble with the NCAA under these current rules, right?
Yeah, probably not. I mean, but, so you got what it is. But I hope to see other schools do what Nick Saban and Bama have done. You put a guy like Sarkisian in there. See, now we said it when he did it. So, Nick Saban's anticipating Kiffin going out. He'll bring in a big-time offensive mind, non-field coaching spot. He can begin learning personnel, learning the system. Everybody's learning him. Now, I don't know if he's going to get promoted at Bama. Kiffin will remain at Bama through the playoff run, however long it may be. We don't know if Sarkisian will be promoted or not. A lot of talk they want the wide receivers coach over there to be promoted.
Really?
I've been reading. So we'll have to wait and see on that one. But, it is what it is. So now you sit back, you get ready for the Citrus Bowl against the Louisville Cardinals, 10 o'clock in the morning on New Year's Eve.
That's early, man.
Yeah, but they don't have
That's great, though. That's great
anymore. You were there when they had the bad
I was there.
against Penn
It was
State.
a quagmire. Now they've got turf. And,
So it's LSU and Louisville in the Citrus Bowl.
Did you see the NFL game with that field turf? They had to delay the start of the second half. New England and whoever it was on Monday night.
New England played Baltimore?
Because they brought the snow things out to brush the snow away, and it brought up all that rubber tire.
I saw something. I wasn't
and so they pushed.
It
was some game.
Yeah.
I can't remember, but it was all on the
delay.
sideline.
Yeah.
And so the sideline was black.
The Bills were playing.
The Bill, okay.
Rex Ryan was kicking the rubber pellets out
So
of the way.
they had to shovel and clear the sideline away. So anyway,
we'll take a break.
That's not going to be a problem in Orlando.
When we come back, more LSU football because we're going to visit with Brian Lazar of TigerBait.com. We'll get Brian's thoughts on Matt Canada, offensive coordinator. All that and much more still to come. Spread the roar. Tigers Roar, Baton Rouge, Lafayette, New Orleans, and on the internet at PelicanSportsTV.com. Stay with us.
For over 26 years, Hunt's Tire Pros has served Baton Rouge, making you, the customer, priority number one. Nationwide warranties, better prices, and excellent service are just a few ways we do just that. It starts with our hassle-free experience, where you're only sold what you need when you need it. So for quality service you can trust for generations to come, and all the great tire brands like Michelin and B.F. Goodrich, visit Hunt's Tire Pros on Greenville Springs Road or online at huntstire.com.
My name is Dr. Nicole Rogers, and I'm here in Old Metairie, Louisiana at Hair Restoration of the South, where your hair is our care. And I'd like to invite you to come and visit and discuss various options for treatment of thinning hair. These can include both medical and surgical options. You don't have to go straight to surgery. In the meantime, feel free to check out our website, hairrestorationofthesouth.com, and we look forward to seeing you soon.
Attention small business owners. Penn Funding announces the easiest and fastest business funding program, the Platinum Business Account.
We needed cash fast. Business is good, but this is an emergency. We needed some new equipment, and the banks wouldn't help us.
At Penn Funding, we like to say, yes, you're approved. With your Platinum Business Account, you could qualify for up to $50,000 or more. This amazing new business account funding program is so effective, you could have the cash you need in just days.
I called, spoke with an agent who pre-qualified us, and connected me.
Call now for your Platinum Business Account. If you've been in business for at least 6 months, you could qualify for up to $50,000 or more in just days.
I called Penn Funding and had my money fast.
Need cash for your business? Call Penn Funding now.
Call 800-552-8621. 800-552-8621.
We continue with Tigers Roar with Jody Hultberg. I'm Tommy Krysan. I want to remind you it's Christmas time, Christmas shopping. Robert Roth Jewelers, 7513 Jefferson Highway, across the parking lot from Goodwood Hardware, near Town Center. 25 years in business, fine jewelry, custom design, hand engraving. They offer jewelry repair. They specialize in engagement rings. Stop by 7513 Jefferson Highway. Visit the website, robertrothjewelers.com. Give Robert a call, 927-9444. Got something for every budget. Again, they specialize in the engagement rings, the fine jewelry, and the custom design. Celebrating 25 years in business. Robert Roth Jewelers are also on Facebook. And, of course, you see the website there, robertrothjewelers.com. Go see them. We know it's Christmas time.
Not only Christmas time, but maybe you have a springtime wedding coming up. You gotta think about plan ahead, layaway, and all that kind of fun stuff. But Robert does a tremendous job. He's very, very gifted when it comes to custom designing. Very gifted.
Tell Robert you saw it on TV and also doing some radio stuff with us as well. Right now, we're joined by Brian Lazar of TigerBait.com. Brian, good evening. How are you?
Good. How you guys doing?
Good, Brian. Thank you.
We're doing well. Matt Canada, formally introduced today to the media and to LSU fans. Your thoughts on Ed Orgeron's hire, Brian?
Well, I thought it's a pretty good one. Canada certainly has a deep resume. He's been the offensive coordinator at 4 power conference schools, Indiana, Wisconsin, North Carolina State, and Pittsburgh. Had a lot of success this year at Pittsburgh. And really his last 3 stops have been, or his last 3 years as an offensive coordinator, 2 at NC State and 1 at Pitt, have been very good. All 3 of those offenses, good balance, averaged 200 yards both rushing and passing. His last 2 years at NC State, offensively, they averaged 4 touchdowns a game. Their offense this year at Pittsburgh averaged 5 touchdowns a game. He, as he says, he doesn't believe in pigeonholing himself into having one type of offense or one type of quarterback. He likes to fit, a system according to the personnel that he has. And, I was impressed with him. And, look, LSU's got to get better players at quarterback. No matter who the offensive coordinator is, if you don't get good players at that position, you're going to be hamstrung a little bit. That's been the problem with LSU, as much as who the offensive coordinator has been the talent of the quarterback.
Brian, let's look at this from a couple of different perspectives. First off, based on everything he said in the press conference on Wednesday, if you're a returning player for LSU for next year on the offensive side, you got to have some comfort in what he said, in that if you can play and you can produce, he's going to find a way to get you on the field.
Yeah, look, this is not a guy who believes in zone read and spread. I mean, I think he believes in being balanced. He's never had a passing. He's never had a year in which they've averaged 275 yards per game passing, I don't believe. So he believes in balance. And so therefore, now, both Ed Orgeron and Dave Aranda talked about him today, and both said that he uses a lot of motions and a lot of formations to give the defense problems. Aranda was the defensive coordinator at Utah State when Canada was the offensive coordinator at Wisconsin, and they played each other that year. And now Aranda's defense did a good job. Wisconsin won the game at only 16-14. So I think that he's going to try a lot of similar philosophy to what LSU did under Les Miles, but I think he'll do it in a different way. And again, he wants to take advantage of the talent of the players, and you know, we'll just, like I said, the most important thing is they got to get better at the position.
Do you believe that this helps as far as some of the recruits that are at the quarterback position that have recently, one decommitting, another one saying, I'm going to see what else is out there? Do you think this guy can bring those guys in under the auspices of, we're going to play the best player?
I think it helps in the case of Miles Brennan. I don't know how much it helps in the case of Well Northeast. So that's, okay. You know, I think if you look at what, you know, just look at this year, you know, the quarterback at Pittsburgh, Nathan Peterman, who transferred from Tennessee, he's more or less a guy similar to what Miles Brennan does and what Danny Etling does. So I think that it's going to help as far as Brennan, Narcisse. I think LSU has to do a little bit more of a selling job on him.
Does this change any? I mean, we hear rumors about Brandon Harris, and rightly so. Does he give Spring a chance and see what he does, and then if it doesn't work out, maybe then he transfers?
Well, look, Brandon Harris, I'm sure, the way he's looking at his situation is he's going to try to graduate at the end of the summer and become immediately eligible at a FBS school. So, yeah, I don't think that there's a rush there. Now, the rush may be, you know, remember Anthony Jennings, he made the decision to and didn't go through spring practice because the decision was made then, and he was going to graduate and transfer. So Harris can do that, or Harris can let spring play out, still try to graduate in August, and then go to another school. So, yeah, look, if I were Harris, unless he gets told, look, you're never going to beat out Danny Etling.
Right.
And if he gets told that, well, yeah, there's no need for him to go through spring practice. But if he's not told that, man, you know, he can just, well, go through spring and then make a decision.
I'm with you.
Brian, from the fans' perspective, based on what we've all now learned about Matt Canada and what the fans have been able to take in so far, I think they have reason to be optimistic and excited about what will or might happen with the offense. You know, we all got the verbiage last year that it'd be different for this year, and then it wasn't. Okay, we don't have to rehash that. But I think the fans should be excited that the best we can tell, it's going to be different. There'll be a lot of the same because when you have Darius Geis, you got Darius Geis. But I think the fans should be excited about what will they see.
Well, yeah, I mean, I think the fans were happy with what they saw when Steve Ensminger was calling plays, you know, the last 7 games. But, you know, there's restrictions according to what your talent is. And like Canada said today, you know, he structures everything to get the players that he has at the moment play as well as they can. So, you know, you're not going to be able to turn different people into different players, they have certain restrictions that they can do. So, I'm going to look. LSU's offense. I'll go back to this. LSU's offense in 2013, the fans liked.
Mm-hmm.
But let's look at the players. Jeremy Hill was the running back. Odell Beckham and Jarvis Landry were the two wide receivers.
Right.
Zach Mettenberger, who has started games in the NFL as the quarterback. Trey Turner, who starts in the for the Panthers as an offensive lineman. Well, there's five.
Alfred Blue too.
Guys right there. Alfred Blue was on that team. So, look, it's personnel as much as anything. And Canada said that today. He says, look, plays are overrated.
Yeah.
It's players who win games. And, I think I think the plays do matter some, but coaches are going to be restricted depending upon the talent of the players. And look, I'm saying this over and over again. LSU's got to get better at the quarterback position.
No
They
question.
got to get better at the different spots on the offensive line. The wide receivers have to be more productive. What you got out of Malachi Dupree and Trayvon Durrell this year, you got to believe about 60 catches total. I think that's something that you got to get more than that from your two top receivers.
Brian Lazar, TigerBait.com. Brian, we know who the head coach is. We know who the two coordinators are. Still need a special teams coach. Do you see any other changes on the staff happening where Ed Orgeron's going to say, see you later, let's bring somebody else in?
Yeah, I don't think that everybody else is definitely set. Look, this is what we have right now. We know that Pete Jenkins is going to coach the defensive line.
Yep.
We know your two coordinators. So that's three assistants. So you still got six more to go.
Right.
Steve Ensminger is going to be on the staff.
Right.
It hasn't been said that he's going to, say return to be the tight ends coach. He may, and let's say he does. Well, that's still five more spots that you have. Now, right now you have Jeff Grimes, Corey Raymond, Damian Craig, Jabbar Jaloop. Those guys are still there. But do I think all four of those guys will be on the coaching staff when spring practice begins? No, I don't think all four of those guys will.
Okay.
We're visiting with Brian Lazar of TigerBait.com. Brian, after a 14-day layoff, Johnny Jones' Tigers returned to the hardwood. A shaky first half, a better second half, beat North Carolina Central University. Your thoughts on what you saw with a rusty Tiger basketball team earlier this week?
Well, you look at the numbers last night, and, the game should have been close. Both teams shot about the same percentage. Both teams were exactly the same, but the foul line, 5 of 11, not very good. Both teams made 7 3-pointers. LSU had, I think there was one turnover difference between the two teams. So, LSU had a little bit edge on the boards. And so the game was close. I thought LSU, two things stood out for me. Antonio Blakeney is starting to be the go-to guy on this team. In the Houston game, he scored 23 points, 14 in the second half when they took control of the game. Last night he had 27 points, 18 in the second half, when LSU, came back from the halftime deficit. So he's turning out to be the go-to player. Defensively, they had trouble last night keeping North Carolina Central out of the lane, and that's not a good sign because you're going to face good perimeter players when you get into the SEC, and if you're unable to keep them out of the lane, you're going to be in trouble all night. Guys can dish out the three-point shooters, or they can go to the rim, and you're going to get your big men in foul trouble. So, North Carolina Central and MEAC school, one of the better programs in the MEAC, but, the fact, and UNCC had, beaten Missouri and Columbia and only had beaten Ohio State by 6 points in Columbus, veteran team. But, LSU's got to play a lot better if they're going to, be a 500 team, just a 500 team in the SEC.
Brian, tell us what's happening at TigerBait.com.
www.tigerbait.com. Obviously, plenty of coverage of the hiring of Matt Canada right now on the site. There's stories, there's video, and we got bowl practice that gets into play tomorrow. So we'll have coverage as the football team gets ready to play Louisville, and coverage of the basketball team as it continues its pre-conference schedule.
I don't know. That Wake Forest scandal, you may not be able to cover practices ever again. How about that, huh?
Wow. Guys feeding info to the other team.
Amazing.
To beat Wake Forest, that makes me chuckle.
Yeah.
Hey, Brian, thank you so much.
Okay.
Take care, man. Happy holidays.
You too.
All right.
All right, Brian Lazar, Tiger Bait. You're right.
Wake Forest.
It's like these. It's like it cracks me up. These schools that they go 3-9, 4-8, 3-9, and they're on probation. Well, if you were gonna screw up, why didn't you win?
Who was the coach that had the apartments overlook the practice field, and he wanted to make sure he had one of his assistants looking to see if anybody was looking out the window and taking pictures and all? There was some. I can't remember what school it was.
Coach.
And now it's even more paranoid. Now it's even more paranoid.
But Ed Orgeron's letting them in.
And look, this is going to affect the television networks. All these, play-by-play and color guys for ESPN, ABC, whatever.
When they go have their
meetings with the coaches and get all the
information. You got nothing. Can't make that meeting.
No, can't do it. Nothing.
I'm busy.
Sorry.
It may change a lot of things, but again, Wake Forest. Hey, we'll take a break. Come back.
Home of Chris Paul.
Yeah,
Tim Duncan.
Yeah, Tim Duncan. Arnold Palmer.
My buddy Gil McGregor.
Arnold Palmer went to Wake Forest.
That's right.
All right, we'll come back with more of Tigers Roar, Jordy Heltberg, Tommy Krysan, Baton Rouge, Lafayette, New Orleans. Internet, PelicanSportsTV.com. Stay with us.
Hello. Hola. 你好.
Experience what the Baton Rouge International School can offer your children. Now welcoming displaced students for short and long-term stability.
We want you. Immediately after the LSU game, it's Pelican Sports post-game show with Tommy Krysan and Buddy Sanji. We'll have reports from the stadium, statistics, and game analysis. Your phone calls and text messages are welcome. The Pelican Sports post-game show right after the LSU game on Pelican Sports TV and CBS Sports Radio.
I owed the IRS $10,000.
I owed the IRS $20,000.
The IRS garnished my wages.
They put a lien on my house. The IRS is the most powerful collection agency in the world. They do not give up until you pay.
I couldn't sleep. We were being audited. I called Tax Solutions Now, and a great big weight was lifted off my shoulders.
I called Tax Solutions Now, and they got the IRS off my back.
Tax Solutions Now had my wage garnishment lifted in 48 hours.
Tax Solutions Now can get you help. Our agents know the rules, can stop the pain, and get you the best deal.
We saved our home and overcame the most powerful collection agency in the world.
We connect you with a team of former IRS agents and tax professionals who get the IRS off your back. Time is running out. Call Tax Solutions now.
Call 800-404-0966. 800-404-0966.
Friends, family, and community in surrounding parishes who have lost vehicles due to the flood. North American Auto Group is here to help. We have discounted over 400 pre-owned vehicles with no water damage. In addition, we have lenders offering disaster relief financing programs. We will also help you with your insurance and GAP claims. Shop online at NorthAmericanAutoGroup.com or visit us at one of our 4 locations in Baton Rouge and Gonzales. North American Auto Group. We make it easy.
Here at Rejuva-Me Medical, we strive to accomplish a more youthful you. We specialize in the most advanced techniques of testosterone replacement therapy in men, bioidentical hormone replacement in women, IV therapy, and nutritional support along with the state-of-the-art cosmetics procedures. Experience a network of trainers and health coaches offering diet and nutritional plans tailored to you. Call us today to schedule your free consultation to discuss your individual needs and goals. Look like you live younger.
Acord Eye Clinic Vision Source is located on Perkins Road in Baton Rouge, offering full-service optical and lab work.
Dr. Shonda Acord and the professionally trained staff pride themselves on service, complete eye exams, help with contact lenses, and selection of frames featuring Silhouette, Gucci, Jimmy Choo, and all the top lines. State-of-the-art equipment including Optimap, which digitally photographs your retina. Call Acord Eye Clinic for an appointment, 225-767-3937. That's 225-767-3937. Visit the website, visionsource-br.com. All patients of all ages are welcome. Acord Eye Clinic, Vision Source.
Cypress Lake Apartments are conveniently located off Segan Lane in Baton Rouge. Come see this community, which has many amenities including swimming pools, fitness room, playground, and much more. Beautiful views of Cypress Lake. 1, 2, 3-bedroom apartments are available. Stop by and see Cypress Lake Apartments. Give them a call at 225-293-6789 or visit online, cypresslake-apartments.net.
Jordy, let's talk about the Heisman Trophy. It's a big thing, New York City area. I think we grew up, it was a bigger thing then, and kind of the internet and social media has changed it all now, and it's still a special group, special thing given to the best player in college football.
We thought Leonard Fournette would have 2 opportunities. It never did happen. Maybe Darius Geis has an opportunity next year if he plays to the level that he did in his limited time this year.
Well, and in fact, a little bit of something for you. Obviously, you know LSU plays Louisville in the Citrus Bowl. 10 o'clock Louisiana kickoff time on New Year's Eve. Actually, a little bit after 10 when they actually kick it.
ABC.
And LSU will take on a reigning Heisman Trophy champ.
Don't they normally kind of, because of the, they get the award, and then they got to go on the speaker circuits, they got to go hit the Tonight Show, and normally the next game they play, they're a little out of shape and they don't play that well.
Yeah,
maybe that benefits LSU.
But anyway, we got a little piece our crew put together for you, recapping the Heisman Trophy, and Lamar Jackson, the quarterback of those Louisville Cardinals that'll play LSU in the Citrus Bowl. Enjoy.
The winner is Lamar Jackson of University of Louisville.
I gotta get all y'all, man. Hey. Let's talk first. Hey, I'm coming back, man. Good words, Eddie. I'm sorry, y'all. This crazy right now for me, man. Oh, snap. I'm shaking right now. I gotta get my speech out. I'm sorry. Yeah. First and foremost, though, before I go further along with my speech, I want to thank my Lord and Savior, Jesus Christ. Without him, none of us would be here right now tonight. To the Heisman voters, I'm truly honored and humbled to be 2016 Heisman Trophy winner. To be able to stand up here like all the other former Heisman Trophy winners. I'm extremely proud to represent this class and the University of Louisville with their first Heisman Trophy. I'd like to extend my appreciation to the Heisman Trust and all the people. This tremendous award for making this an experience of a lifetime, and I'll remember for the rest of my life. For my teammates, this award for all of us. Can't wait to cherish this moment with all of you. I love you guys. But to be included, I love Didi, man. I love Bake. I just met these guys, but I love them, man. It's been a fun experience up here in New York with these guys. And my first time meeting them, man, they treated me just like family. So I love them guys. Oh, growing up in Florida, there were so many influential people in my life who made me the player and the man I am today. To share this award forever. Oh, that's crazy. Oh, man. It mean a lot, man. But hold on, I got to go back. 2 years ago, I had many choices. Throughout the process, there was one school who stood by my side. And that place I fell in love with immediately. And that's the University of Louisville. They helped me make the greatest decision of my life. It's crazy, man. To our athletic director, Mr. Tom Jurich and Mrs. Jurich, they believed in me right away when I came to the university. And I thank you guys. To Coach Peanut sitting right here, the guy who got his head down and won't cry. And sorry, Coach Peanut, man. He put so much in me, you know, growing up. My mom, you know, a single parent. He always believed in me. And the times I didn't want to do it, you know, he'll curse me out. You don't want to be here, go home, stuff like that, you know, the usual. But he always stuck with me, and I appreciate that. My coach sitting right next beside him, Bob Petrino. He came to my house on a home visit. He told my mother he'll give me an opportunity as long as I'm ready to play. And I love you, Coach. To my mother, oh, my God. I'm just happy to be here. I'm sorry, man. Hey. It's true. Damn. Yeah. I wasn't nervous at first, you guys, because I didn't know who was going to win this award. But to be up here is crazy, man. These guys are great, and I'm just happy right now. But back to my mother, man. She put so much into me, like I said before, you know, losing my father and my grandma on the same day. It hurt me. I wanted to cry real bad, but my mom was the real soldier because I was going to be the baby, the female that day. But she told me, she said, Lamar, do not cry. And I remember that for the rest of my life. So every time when certain things don't go my way or this and that don't happen, I just own up to it and just be a man about the situation. And Mom, I love you so much, boy. Dang, it's crazy. Hey. Thank you, Lord. I told my teammates I wasn't going to cry, by the way, but, oh, this crazy right now. Brandon Radcliffe and all them guys, they jinxed me. But also, I want to give thanks to my coach, Nick Petrino, our quarterback's coach. He put so much into me. You know, he's a young coach, but he always believed in me. He always tell me, you're going to be great one day. So shout out to Coach Nick Petrino. And to our fans back at home, this one for you guys. You guys always believed in us no matter who we faced, no matter what happened, no matter what our record was, even last year, my freshman year. You always believed in me, and I love you guys. Can't wait to cherish it with you. But, whew, I'm so grateful right now and honored to be here. This is a great award that I accomplished, and I thank you guys and the whole voting committee, you know, the Heisman committee, and go Cards.
You like that coat? I know.
No, I wouldn't have that coat, but I would say this. You're Mr. GQ compared to me. Would you have that coat? For a Christmas
probably
party,
not.
maybe?
Yeah, Christmas party, but not that. Not that. No.
All right, I've already seen a list for the candidates for the
Next year?
Heisman in 2017.
Okay.
I saw that at CBSSports.com.
Lamar Jackson, number one.
They had 7 or 8 guys. And then
Baker
they had
Mayfield.
The early long shots, and Darius Geis's name was in there.
Yeah.
If he can perform as he has performed, and the team does well, there's a chance he's one of those guys sitting up there next year.
If he can do what he did to Texas A&M, and he can do that to Alabama, he's got a chance.
But I think everyone around here thought Fournette would sit up there one time and never did.
I still really believe that after his sophomore season, despite how it ended, he had earned the right
to be there,
to be at the seat at the table. You know, he deserved to be
Right,
up
I'll go with that.
in New
I'll go
York
with that.
City, and that was a shame.
Yeah.
He's not going to play against, just my humble opinion, he's not going to play in the Citrus Bowl.
I would doubt we see him as
He's
well.
not going to play.
You know, it's...
I'd be shocked.
Yeah, I'd be surprised as well. All right, we're going to continue with more of Tigers Roar. When we return, we're going to visit with Ronnie Rance, the guy with the long title, Sports Shores TV, Sports Shores Radio, Louisiana Sports Hall of Fame Foundation. We'll visit with Ronnie. We'll get his thoughts on Matt Canada, the new offensive coordinator at LSU. All of that and more still to come as we spread the roar with Tigers Roar. Jody Hultberg, Tommy Krysan. We'll be right back. Stay with us.
It's a male
Since 1986, the family dental practice of Dr. Farrell Frugier, with state-of-the-art building and technology, and our highly trained staff have been dedicated to providing care and treatment to our patients of all ages. The experience and advanced training in cosmetic and restorative dentistry, TMJ, and treatment of snoring and sleep apnea allows Dr. Frugier to assist you in achieving the best in dental health. Call us today at 225-292-9700 to schedule your initial evaluation because we know how to make you smile.
Hello, my name is Debbie. Welcome to Debbie's Bridal, a Formal Affair.
My name is Raven. I work at Debbie's Bridal and she makes your dreams come true.
Acord Eye Clinic Vision Source is located on Perkins Road in Baton Rouge, offering full-service optical and lab work. Dr. Shonda Acord and the professionally trained staff pride themselves on service, complete eye exams, help with contact lenses, and selection of frames featuring Silhouette, Gucci, Jimmy Choo, and all the top lines. State-of-the-art equipment including OptiMap, which digitally photographs your retina. Call Acord Eye Clinic for an appointment, 225-767-3937. That's 225-767-3937. Visit the website, visionsource-br.com. All patients of all ages are welcome. Acord Eye Clinic, Vision Source.
We continue with Tigers Roar, New Orleans Saints. 3 games left in the season, and we have to. They've assured themselves of a non-winning season.
Yeah.
They're 5-8 with 3 to go, and
we're not going to get Ronnie, so you can drop that. He's having some technical difficulties. We'll try him later on in the show, maybe, if we have enough time.
So anyway, so the New Orleans Saints, they don't have enough time to get back in the playoff chase.
Yeah.
A mess. Drew Brees, for the first time in his career, back-to-back 3 interception games, no touchdowns. You know, an offensive outburst against the lowly Rams, who fired Jeff Fisher.
Look, I'm always on Drew Brees' side, okay? Yes, he didn't do well, but he had 2 touchdown passes that were dropped in the end zone.
How about your boy
Travaris
Brandon
Cadet,
Cooks?
Brandon Cooks,
Did you hear what
alligator
he said?
arms a little bit, and oh, man.
Did you hear what he said?
No, what is
Made
it?
a business decision, wasn't sacrificing his body for the team. I'd have cut him Tuesday morning in the Tuesday
Get rid of him.
day off. Yeah, you can't.
He's complaining that he's not getting the ball enough, and now he's saying I'm not going to sacrifice for the team.
All right, you and I both played college athletics. There's no way to disrespect your teammates more than going out there and not giving 100%. Is that like telling your teammates?
He didn't need to say anything. It was obvious. That ball was over the middle late in the game, and he did this.
Is beyond me. He didn't want to sacrifice his body for his team. He said he made a business decision. Well, I'd have made a business decision if I was Sean Payton on Tuesday. I'd have cut him.
When's the last time we heard from anybody with the New Orleans Saints other than Sean Payton? Draft day, Mickey Loomis for 5 minutes? I mean,
It's been a long time.
What's the message being sent to the fan base?
Well, I think the fan base is going to send a message on December 24th with that 3:25 kickoff in the Dome against Tampa Bay, when there's probably going to be more empty seats than full seats.
I don't know.
Anyway, Saints do have to go to Arizona, home against Tampa. They finish up in Atlanta. We got a couple of quick comments from Sean Payton and Drew Brees. We'll play those for you now.
Look, obviously it's disappointing playing what ended up being a low-scoring game. I thought there were a lot of things we did well defensively. I thought the penalties certainly hurt us, and I think it ended up being really the difference. When we watch this tape, we're going to see it come up time and time again. We get down in the red zone, false start. We were in too many third down and long situations, and ended up costing us, obviously, the turnovers as well.
The first one, I threw it a little bit behind Kobe, and the guy tipped it, and unfortunately there was one of their guys there. The second one was a poor decision, and then the last one, you're trying to, it's fourth down. But listen, when you turn the ball over three times in a game, 2 times while the game's, throughout the flow of the game, that can't happen. I know that. I know better. Sometimes it is part of the game, but when you're in tight games like this, obviously ball security is crucial. You got to be able to turn it loose and play confident, but also understand just what that does from a momentum standpoint and potentially field position and that kind of thing.
Something has to change.
We'll just let the Saints be the Saints below.
Something has to change.
The last game's January 1. January 2 or 3, there's got to be something's got to come.
Something has to change.
A statement, a press conference, something's got to come out as a message to the fans and the supporters of the Saints as to, okay, what we've been doing ain't working. Here's what we're going to do.
Something has to change, or else how can they expect
anything?
The die-hardest of die-hard fans to come back and expect anything other than mediocrity.
We'll take another break. We'll come back with a whole lot more of Tigers Roar, Baton Rouge, Lafayette, New Orleans, on the internet at PelicanSportsTV.com. Jordy Hultberg, Tommy Chrysan, stay with us.
We want you. Immediately after the LSU game, it's Pelican Sports post-game show with Tommy Chrysan and Buddy Sanji. We'll have reports from the stadium, statistics, and game analysis. Your phone calls and text messages are welcome. The Pelican Sports post-game show right after the LSU game on Pelican Sports TV and CBS Sports Radio.
I knew I could get myself out of this. I just needed some hope and some help.
I took the first step to recovery when I made the call.
If you're depressed, drinking, and using drugs, you may need help. And the Affordable Care Act guarantees coverage of substance abuse. Call the Addiction, Hope, and Helpline now for a free assessment.
I had problems just getting to sleep, drinking and using pills every night.
I feel like I'm losing control. I'm afraid I'll lose my job or even my family.
Are you losing hope? You can recover and get back on track. Call now for hope and help with proven, gentle recovery programs.
I never thought that I could be somebody who didn't drink and use drugs.
I have something to hold on to for strength. I'm in recovery, getting the help I need.
Call the Addiction, Hope, and Helpline now for a free assessment with someone who cares.
Call 800-383-8177. 800-383-8177.
No one can stop me when I taste the feeling. Nothing could ever bring me down. Nothing could ever bring me down. Taste the feeling.
My name is Dr. Nicole Rogers, and I'm here in Old Metairie, Louisiana at Hair Restoration of the South, where your hair is our care. And I'd like to invite you to come and visit and discuss various options for treatment of thinning hair. These can include both medical and surgical options. You don't have to go straight to surgery. In the meantime, feel free to check out our website, hairrestorationofthesouth.com, and we look forward to seeing you soon.
Cypress Lake Apartments are conveniently located off Segan Lane in Baton Rouge. Come see this community, which has many amenities including swimming pools, fitness room, playground, and much more. Beautiful views of Cypress Lake. 1, 2, 3-bedroom apartments are available. Stop by and see Cypress Lake Apartments. Give them a call at 225-293-6789 or visit online, cypresslake-apartments.net.
We continue with Tigers Roar. Tremonti's meat and seafood to sprinkle spice. I've been saying it for months. It's good stuff. I put it on eggs, vegetables, steaks, pork chops, chicken, salad. It don't matter. I'm putting sprinkle spice, and you got plenty of it at Tremonti's, amongst so many other things, including this wonderful gift basket.
Yeah, this is a holiday gift basket for anybody on your gift list that has something that you want to do something special for them. Get either some ribeyes, 2 of them, 2 fillets, a nice bottle of red, the sprinkle spice. You mix it all together. It's a great, people that have offices and want to give to their employees, it's a great thing to do. If you have special clients and you don't know what to get them, I promise you they will love this. This is Chairman's Reserve beef. It is absolutely delectable, tender. You grill it, it's perfect. So we've got that. Gift cards at Tremonti's as well. And don't forget about for your Christmas dining list. Their prime rib is second and it's a 2-step process. Mike will do step number 1. You do step number 2, which means just stick it in the oven, keep it at a very low temperature, warm it, carve it up, serve it, ready to go. I've got that. They'll also do the turkeys as they did for Thanksgiving. They'll fry them. They'll rotisserie them. They'll smoke them, whatever you want. Call them. Go to their website for all the information, tremontis.com. Tremontis.com. There's the number in Baton Rouge, 225-751-7665. Where are they located? Airline Highway, Segan Lane, Sherwood Forest area. Look for Parkview Baptist School and Church. That is Old Jefferson Highway. Come on down. You can't miss it at Tremonti's.
Oh, really good stuff. Some high-end spirits and wines down there. They got some grills, got some coolers. You need to go in there. They got the cases full of food and beverage, the pre-prepared meals. A bunch of us went to lunch this week over there. It was outstanding. Enjoyed a quick visit with Mike. Check them out. We're getting the prime rib for Christmas. You can do the same. Or
the
get
meat man.
turkey.
He's
Get
the meat man.
Get the turkeys again if you want. That's all at tremontis.com. Lunch, dinner, and everything
and
else.
It's not too late. If your office, you look at what am I going to do? I got to throw a Christmas party real quick. Call Tremonti's. Go to tremontis.com. They do it every day. They do it all the time. They are experts at it. They can cater your Christmas party as well.
There you go, tremontis.com. Jordy, the Hardwood. You're a basketball alumnus at LSU. And Johnny Jones's team, after a 14-day break for exams, returned to the floor against North Carolina Central University, the Eagles. They win 70-66 after a shaky first half. 6-2, they now are on the season. Texas Southern comes to Baton Rouge on Saturday, Charleston on Monday, and they go to Wake Forest. Maybe the radio guy will give them some info. Your thoughts on Johnny Jones's team back on the floor?
Look at Duopri's stat sheet right there, 14 points. He was 6 for 6 from the floor in the first half. Didn't get many touches in the second half. For this team to be effective, they can't just rely on three-point shooting. They got to feed the big guy down low, and if the defense converges, they can go inside and out. Still a work in progress. Good backcourt. They got to get Reith involved in it.
How is the SEC this year? Your early call on that. I know you talked to Barry Booker and other guys that are watching these SEC teams. How does the league stacking up in the early, mid-December here?
Of course, you got Kentucky. Florida's going to be good. Texas A&M's going to be pretty good. Then you got a bunch of teams that are going to be in that 500 range, and then you got some other teams down at the bottom. So, they're hoping to get 5 teams in the tournament this year, 5, maybe 6. So I think it's getting better. It's still not where it needs to be. But LSU's in that middle of the pack run, I think.
Is it safe to say in the last we'll say 5 years, go back 5, come to now, the coaching has improved tremendously in the SEC.
Yes.
With some of the hires across the league.
Yes.
There's some guys in there that know what they're doing. And, of course, that will eventually hopefully draw players, and then players win games.
Absolutely. You've got, Barnes at Tennessee, Avery Johnson at Alabama, Howland at Mississippi State, just to name a few. Bruce Pearl making his comeback. So, yeah, I think it is getting better, and those coaches have some prestige to them, should be able to recruit better, and that's the key. But more so than any other sport, basketball, boy, you've got your basketball schools, and that's where the top kids go, and it's a one-and-done situation, so it's tough, but you still can get them, and the state of Louisiana has plenty enough to go around to be very competitive.
Talking about basketball, Nikki Fargas's Lady Tigers had a Wednesday matinee, the field trip day. All kinds of kids and girls from all over the greater Baton Rouge area. It's a field trip. They come to the PMAC, and they crushed Sam Houston State earlier on Wednesday, 89-41, to move their record out to 8-2. They got a neutral site game against North Carolina coming up, then Little Rock and Alabama State coming into Baton Rouge. Nikki Fargas's team, a little better start. But we do know basketball for the ladies in the SEC is very strong.
Very good league, as always. Tennessee a little bit down, but boy, I tell you what, there's some good ball clubs in the SEC. No question about that. They're a little bit better than I thought they would be. They're healthy. Knock on wood. If they stay that way, I think they'll be okay. She won her 100th. That was her 101st win as a head coach. She won her 100th the other day against Tulane, I believe.
That was a good thing if it was against Tulane, huh?
Always.
Yeah, there you go. That whole LSU Tulane thing. We'll take a break, come back. We'll talk some New Orleans Pelicans. 8-18 as we sit here with Indiana coming to town on Thursday night. We'll talk some Pelicans. We'll talk some NBA. Unfortunate situation in Memphis that I want to touch on. We'll get to that. Jordy Hultberg, Tommy Krysan. Spread the roar. You're watching Tigers Roar on Pelican Sports TV. Stay with us.
LeBron, where are you, baby? Play.
Plus Benefits has an important message for all uninsured Americans. It's official. Health reform has now become law. Now, uninsured Americans can finally get the health coverage they need with significant prescription benefits. Have you been uninsured, denied coverage, or struggling to pay your health insurance? Well, not anymore. Now there's affordable options with real benefits for people just like you. We know health insurance cost and being denied coverage due to pre-existing conditions has created serious hardships for many Americans. But that's a thing of the past. If you're uninsured, struggling to afford, or have been denied health insurance, pick up the phone and call now. The call is free, and every caller will receive a free discount prescription savings card. Call Plus Benefits Health Insurance Helpline today and get the health insurance and prescription coverage you need. One call can change your life for the better.
Please call 800-351-1511. That is 800-351-1511.
Hello, my name is Debbie. Welcome to Debbie's Bridal, a Formal Affair.
My name's Raven. I work at Debbie's Bridal, and she makes your dreams come true.
We continue with Tigers Roar. We'll keep it in the basketball topic, and we'll kick it to the NBA, the New Orleans Pelicans. Came close to Golden State on Tuesday night. Had a shot to win down the stretch. It didn't work out. You were on hand in the arena, and you've seen many NBA games, probably more than most people in the viewing audience. But you told me you really enjoyed seeing the.
It's great talent, great players. But here's the problem, and this is what sets Golden State, Cleveland apart, because wherever they go, it's the largest crowd of the season, and they always get the opposing team's best effort. Where was that effort in a 10-point, 11-point loss to the lowly Philadelphia 76ers? They didn't play with the same energy. Pelicans can't play any better. Golden State, just too many weapons, too good. Steph Curry had 30, a very quiet 30. Kevin Durant, 7-foot guard, very quiet 27. Draymond Green, I think he is the glue to that team.
How tall is he?
6'6",
okay.
Triple-double. And look, Anthony Davis is great. Anthony Davis had 28 points, only 14 shots. Why?
Why didn't they get in the ball more?
No, because Draymond Green won't let him.
Oh, okay.
He's guarding him. Now, Anthony was 10 of 14 because he has such a size advantage. But the Pelican, if you got a 6'11" guy like that, why is he out front all the time? Why isn't he on the low block?
See him at the top of the key.
Why isn't he on the low block? Just throw him the ball down
Gentry.
there. Go to the bucket. I don't get it. And look, I've said this for 3 years. No offense, Del Demps, but you got to go. You got to go.
Yeah,
gotta go.
Like the Saints, who have the same ownership, it's like a ship
go.
out in the middle of the ocean doesn't know where to go.
What's his claim to fame? He got lucky in the lottery, got the number 1 pick, and it was Anthony Davis's year to come out.
Whoever would have had number 1 would have gotten Anthony Davis.
Yeah.
So that wasn't strategized.
No.
That was luck of the ping pong ball.
God, it's so obvious. You look at the personnel. Pelicans down the stretch go 1 for 10 down the stretch. They got no scores. Golden State, pick your poison. Who do you want? Who do you want?
They're loaded up. Now,
man.
let's talk about a somewhat of an unfortunate situation. I'm going to paint a little picture for you. Let's say it's August. You got the NBA schedule in front of you. You live in the Memphis area. Maybe you live a little bit away from Memphis, and you say, you know what, we're gonna make a trip
Christmas
out of
time.
this. We're gonna get a hotel
Christmas
room.
present.
We're gonna pluck down some major bucks because the Cleveland Cavaliers and LeBron James are coming to play the Grizzlies of Memphis. So you make all your plans. You get your tickets. You tell the family. You tell your friends, the neighbors, the whole bit. And lo and behold, you learn the day of the game, Wednesday, that not only are LeBron James, Kyrie Irving, and Kevin Love not going to play in the game, they're not making the trip from Cleveland to Memphis to be in the shoot-around, warm-ups.
They wouldn't even warm up. They would just sit on the bench.
They're not even going to be in Memphis, and you've plucked down all this money to see the reigning world champions, to see LeBron James, and he's not even going to be there. A quirk in the schedule. Memphis played in Cleveland on Tuesday night. Jump on an airplane. They play back in Memphis on Wednesday night. Same 2 teams back-to-back nights.
Happens all the time.
And I think if you're a fan who plucked down the Bucks, big Bucks,
here's the solution.
It's unfortunate.
Here's the only way you stop that, because it is a coach's decision.
Correct.
Okay? So Tyronn Lue made the decision. So here's what you do. NBA fines Tyronn Lue LeBron James' paycheck for that game, Kyrie Irving's paycheck for that game, and Kevin Love's paycheck for that game.
Which would be a big
Add
number.
it all up?
Big.
Huge.
More than Luke can handle.
Huge. That's the only way you stop it.
And then he brings them along and puts them in the game.
That's the only way you stop it. Look, I don't know when this all started. Maybe you blame it on Greg Popovich. But I'm telling you, Michael Jordan played 82 games a year unless he was broken ankle.
Or the flu.
Or had the flu and missed 1 game. Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, every game. Magic Johnson, play every game. Unless they're legitimately hurt.
Right.
But
well, if you're hurt, you're hurt. And if you're a fan, you have to accept that.
But Larry Bird played every game. But these guys, I want to rest them. I understand the team's concept of, it doesn't matter right now. We're so good. We can get away. It's all about what happens in May and June. But for the benefit of the league and the fans.
It's yet another example that professional teams may say they care about the fans, but they really don't.
Find Tyronn Lue.
You're way down the list, fans.
Do the math. 82 games, divide LeBron James's $30 million salary, whatever he's making, $25 million. Do the math. Find him that. Kyrie Irving, Kevin Love, bingo.
And reimburse.
And the Cleveland Cavaliers reimburse the ticket holders for those that.
If they can produce a receipt, they get the money back.
The only way you stop it. I tell you what. My kids would have been devastated.
Well, I'm sure there's a lot of kids in Memphis Wednesday night who just...
Why did Golden State have to play their guys against the Pelicans? Pelicans aren't any good. It's the last game of a week-long road trip. They've been gone for a week. You talk about a perfect chance to just say, I'm tired, forget about it. They all played. And they played hard.
Another NBA topic you and I were discussing earlier today. as we watch LeBron James, who's not in Memphis. We just talked about that. But here's a guy who's in his 14th season in the NBA. Wow, 14 years. I remember hearing about him when he was in 8th grade.
Straight out of high school, man.
Okay,
Yep.
and as I commented to you, when you watch him play, he doesn't look like a guy that's been in the league for 14 years. He's still, extended and elevating.
Physical shape. Now, remember,
he's never
14,
had a major injury.
14 started kind of early. Straight out of high school.
Right. Okay, here's the thing. The record for years in the NBA is a Louisiana guy.
Chief.
Robert Parrish, 21 years and like 1,600-something games. Abdul-Jabbar got 20 years in, I want to say. Stockton at 18 or 19.
Yeah.
If LeBron's health stays there, he could break Robert Parrish's record.
I don't see it. If there's any player that could do it,
it would be him.
It would be him.
And at the level he's performing at now, I mean, I don't think his performance
slowed down.
If anything else, he's better than he was the first handful of years.
He is the consummate.
And he's stronger.
He is the consummate. I'm going to make everybody around me better. He's unbelievably good. Unbelievably good.
Yeah. All right. We'll see. We'll take a break.
Cleveland,
come back.
what you doing to the fans?
Poor Memphis fans. We come back. We'll talk a little bowl games.
You notice they never do that when they play at home. Sit their players. It's only when they're on the road.
Well,
Notice that.
That's calculated.
Yeah. Oh, well, of course.
We'll talk some bowl games. 4 teams from Louisiana in bowl games. We'll get into that, show you the bowl matchups and all that good stuff when we return with more of Tigers Roar here on Pelican Sports TV, Baton Rouge, Lafayette, New Orleans. Internet, PelicanSportsTV.com. Don't forget the YouTube page. Mid-morning Thursday, this program will be up on YouTube, youtube.com/Pelican Broadcasting, and you can watch it at your convenience. We got lots of programming there. Subscribe or check it out when you're surfing the internet, youtube.com/Pelican Broadcasting. We'll be right back. Stay with us.
We want you. Immediately after the LSU game, it's Pelican Sports post-game show with Tommy Chrysan and Buddy Sanji. We'll have reports from the stadium, statistics, and game analysis. Your phone calls and text messages are welcome. The Pelican Sports post-game show right after the LSU game on Pelican Sports TV and CBS Sports Radio.
Hello. Hola. 你好.
Experience what the Baton Rouge International School can offer your children. Now welcoming displaced students for short and long-term stability.
Accord Eye Clinic Vision Source is located on Perkins Road in Baton Rouge, offering full-service optical and lab work. Dr. Shonda Accord and the professionally trained staff pride themselves on service, complete eye exams, help with contact lenses, and selection of frames featuring Silhouette, Gucci, Jimmy Choo, and all the top lines. State-of-the-art equipment including Optimap, which digitally photographs your retina. Call Accord Eye Clinic for an appointment, 225-767-3937. That's 225-767-3937. Visit the website, visionsource-br.com. All patients of all ages are welcome. Accord Eye Clinic, Vision Source.
Friends, family, and community in surrounding parishes who have lost vehicles due to the flood. North American Auto Group is here to help. We have discounted over 400 pre-owned vehicles with no water damage. In addition, we have lenders offering disaster relief financing programs. We will also help you with your insurance and GAP claims. Shop online at NorthAmericanAutoGroup.com or visit us at one of our 4 locations in Baton Rouge and Gonzales. North American Auto Group. We make it easy.
Perkins Road Veterinary Hospital is a full-service veterinary hospital committed to your pet's health. We offer advanced diagnostic and therapeutic medical services, laser surgery, dog and cat diets, and treats, along with stress-free boarding. Dr. Ritchie sees patients for routine checkups to keep your loved ones happy, also advanced medical and surgical cases. We have separate condos for cat boarding and large climate-controlled canine boarding. Our boarding dogs get to have fun in a very large play yard several times a day. Laser therapy is a service that we offer to heal wounds and help our patients that suffer from chronic pain. Laser therapy is a wonderful adjunct treatment for neurologic and arthritic pain with no side effects. Your pets are family members and deserve the best and highest quality of care. Dr. Ritchie and his staff greatly respect the human-animal bond and are committed to exceeding your expectations. Cypress Lake Apartments are conveniently located off Segan Lane in Baton Rouge. Come see this community, which has many amenities including swimming pools, fitness room, playground, and much more. Beautiful views of Cypress Lake. 1, 2, 3-bedroom apartments are available. Stop by and see Cypress Lake Apartments. Give them a call at 225-293-6789 or visit online, cypresslake-apartments.net.
Since 1986, the family dental practice of Dr. Farrell Frugier, with state-of-the-art building and technology, and our highly trained staff, have been dedicated to providing care and treatment to our patients of all ages. The experience and advanced training in cosmetic and restorative dentistry, TMJ, and treatment of snoring and sleep apnea allows Dr. Frugier to assist you in achieving the best in dental health. Call us today at 225-292-9700 to schedule your initial evaluation because we know how to make you smile.
Continue with Tigers Roar. Christmas time is here. Merry Christmas to one and all out there.
Let's go bowling.
If you're in that jewelry shopping mode,
oh yes,
you're
indeed.
looking for an engagement ring.
Heard you went there again.
Some fine jewelry, some hand engraving, some jewelry repair, custom design Robert Roth as they celebrate 25 years in business. Located at 7513 Jefferson Highway across the parking lot from Goodwood Hardware right near Town Center. They're on Facebook, Robert Roth Jewelers. You see the website, robertrothjewelers.com. Phone number in Baton Rouge, 225-927-9444. Go see Robert and his staff. They really know what they're doing. No matter what your budget may be, they've got something for you. I know my daughter's planning a trip up there. Good luck, son-in-law.
There you go.
But anyway,
I got so many
Robert Roth Jewelers. We want you to check them out. Tell Robert you saw it on TV, you heard it on the radio, and as Jordy said, you might have an engagement thing coming up, special thing in the spring, Valentine's Day. It's not just a Christmas thing, but obviously right now lots of people in the jewelry hunt during the Christmas shopping. RobertRothJewelers.com.
And get your stuff polished up. Make it look brand new. I've got tons of watches. I need batteries. I can go there and get it all replaced and changed up and get the links out of a watch if you get that and make sure it fits right. All kind of things they can do for you.
Lots of bowl games coming up on Saturday the 17th. 6 bowl games. Get the bowl season going.
Yeah.
42 bowl games plus the national championship game.
Bring them on, baby.
And
Bring
the
them
Grambling
on.
State Tigers will start it all off in the Celebration Bowl over at the Georgian Dome against the North Carolina Central Eagles, the team that LSU beat in basketball this week. That's an ABC game at 11 o'clock, the champions of the SWAC. The Grambling State Tigers against the North Carolina Central Eagles, a SWAC, MEAC Celebration Bowl kind of thing over there in the Georgia Dome. And ironically, that's the start of the 6 games, the final of the 6 games from New Orleans, from the Superdome, the R&L Carriers New Orleans Bowl, which for the 5th time in 6 years will have ULL, Louisiana Lafayette Raging Cajuns taking on the Southern Miss Golden Eagles. Hey, it's easy to get the Dome from Lafayette, easy to get the Dome from Hattiesburg. Let's hope there's a tremendous crowd. That'll kick off on ESPN at 8 o'clock that night.
40,000.
Including that day of bowl games. ULL and USM in a big matchup down in the R&L Carriers New Orleans Bowl in the Superdome.
Yeah, both teams had to win their last regular season game to get bowl eligible. Both teams did so. And how about the Raging Cajuns? You saw the passing stats for Anthony Jennings in that game? They win 31-3. He had zero passing yards. But hey, this could be a good one. Could be good. Raging Cajun fans love to go down to New Orleans, so it'll be fun.
The Louisiana Tech Bulldogs are in the Armed Forces Bowl over in Fort Worth, Texas. They'll take on Navy. Navy got knocked off by Army.
That was a
for the
great
first
game.
Time. I watched
that
most
was
of
a
that.
great game.
I was at a local party. My son and I, who's going to be a Navy SEAL,
well, this is an interesting look. Huh?
As we've got the Bulldogs and the Midshipmen. On Friday the 23rd, we'll have that game for you on WUBR, 9:10 a.m. CBS Sports Radio, Baton Rouge, with the pregame starting at 2 o'clock with the longtime voice of the Bulldogs, Dave Nitz. It's the Bulldogs and the Midshipmen from Fort Worth on the 23rd of December.
How much money do you have to spend to get your name for the stadium? Amon G. Carter.
Amon wrote a big check.
I can only imagine.
And then, of course, the fourth Louisiana team, the LSU Tigers, With Matt Canada will not be performing a role with this, but they'll take on the Louisville Cardinals, who featured a Heisman Trophy winner, quarterback Lamar Jackson. 10 o'clock in the morning, shortly after 10's the kickoff on New Year's Eve down in Orlando. LSU, Louisville, should be a good one with the Dave Aranda's defense against Lamar Jackson. We'll see how the Tigers can fare under Coach O in the bowl game.
At one point in time, Louisville was threatening to get into that Final Four. They were at number 5, and then all of a sudden got upset, and Houston beat them pretty bad, and then they lost the final game. But at one point in time, Petrino had them going. So we've said it before, I'll say it again, bowl games are glorified scrimmages. They're glorified, just glad to be here. Who's glad to be here, and who's not? And the team that actually shows up and wants to be there invariably will win.
All right, and then, of course, you got the college football playoff, the semifinal matchups that are all set. They'll follow that game between Louisville and LSU. First up, it'll be Alabama and Washington at 2 o'clock from Atlanta in the Georgia Dome. And then later that evening at approximately 6 o'clock, Fiesta Bowl out in Arizona, Clemson and Ohio State. And the two winners, as you can see on the graphic, will meet Monday night, January 9th, for the national championship at Raymond James Stadium in Tampa. So that's what
Ohio State fans have the advantage because they didn't have to spend the money to go to a Big 10 championship game. Everybody else had to go to the championship game of their conference, so that's spending money. Now they got to go spend. I mean, it's not cheap to go to.
They can handle it.
You think so?
They can handle it.
Okay, big timer.
We'll take our final break. We'll come back, put a wrap on it, and some closing comments about Matt Canada, the new offensive coordinator dubbed by Ed Orgeron to take his role on the staff with the LSU Tigers. We'll continue. Jordy Hultberg, Tommy Krysan, more of Tigers Roar right after this pause. Do stay with us.
Attention small business owners. Penn Funding announces the easiest and fastest business funding program, the Platinum Business Account.
We needed cash fast. Business is good, but this is an emergency. We needed some new equipment, and the banks wouldn't help us.
At Penn Funding, we like to say, yes, you're approved. With your Platinum Business Account, you could qualify for up to $50,000 or more. This amazing new business account funding program is so effective, you could have the cash you need in just days.
I called, spoke with an agent who pre-qualified us, and connected me.
Call now for your Platinum Business Account. If you've been in business for at least 6 months, you could qualify for up to $50,000 or more in just days.
I called Penn Funding and had my money fast.
Need cash for your business? Call Penn Funding now.
Call 800-552-8621. 800-552-8621.
Creel Tree Service is a licensed and insured tree service providing tree and stump removal, topping, trimming, cabling, pruning, and fertilizing. We have free stump removal with takedowns, free estimates, affordable rates, and senior citizens discounts. Call 774-TREE. That's 774-8733. Get your yard ready for the warmer weather. If it deals with a tree, call me, Creel Tree Service, 774-8733. That's 774-TREE.
Friends, family, and community in surrounding parishes who have lost vehicles due to the flood. North American Auto Group is here to help. We have discounted over 400 pre-owned vehicles with no water damage. In addition, we have lenders offering disaster relief financing programs. We will also help you with your insurance and GAP claims. Shop online at NorthAmericanAutoGroup.com or visit us at one of our 4 locations in Baton Rouge and Gonzales. North American Auto Group. We make it easy.
Don't forget about the radio station, WUBR, CBS Sports Radio Baton Rouge. Get the TuneIn app, download it for free, search WUBR, or go to tunein.com on your computer or your laptop or your tablet, as we got a great mixture of local and national programming, including Jordy Hultberg, Buddy Sanji, myself, Dave Scandaliato, Carlos Brown, Louisiana Tech Bulldog Football Bowl Game. Check it out, WUBR, CBS Sports Radio, 9, 10 a.m., home of the Jim Rome Show, Monday through Fridays from 11 to 1. Jordy, tell us about your radio program in the Lafayette market in the afternoons.
Thank you. Every afternoon from 2 to 4, 103.7 The Game, 103.7 FM. We bring the Tigers to Acadiana and everything else, so having fun with that. You mentioned Dave Scandigliato. What does he have the Tigers and the Cardinals looking like right now?
I hadn't got that report
from a wagering standpoint.
I don't know. We'll get that from him and share that with you. Once again, Matt Canada will be 45 years old in January. He's the offensive coordinator at LSU. He'll stay with Pitt through their bowl game on Wednesday the 28th in New York, and then join LSU shortly after that. I've been impressed in what I've learned about Matt Canada and what I heard and saw in the press conference. I think there's reason to be
optimistic
excited and intrigued about what will happen the next step. Recruiting. He said it. It's all about players. He's got to play his role with the rest of the staff, getting some quarterbacks in here, developing them, and getting an offense that can score points and win games. I'm paraphrasing him.
Not only that, get bigger, better on the offensive line, get quarterbacks, develop them, and can you score against the big boys? Can you score against Bama? Can you score against Florida? Can you score against Auburn? That's the measuring stick. We'll see.
Yeah, they open with BYU on September 2nd over in Houston. Syracuse, Troy. It's the SEC. The big boys.
And next year's schedule is brutal, to say the least.
5 games that are winnable to get it going, and then 7 conference games with 4 of those on the road. Out of the 7, and the other conference game before that's on the road at Starkville.
Three home SEC games.
We'll see all of that. National Signing Day is Wednesday, February 1. That's the next big measuring stick for Ed Orgeron's program.
They'll be fine. They'll be a top 5
rally?
I think
top
they did.
5?
I really do. The top 5 right now.
Wow.
And they're going to get them. And guess who's number 1 again?
Those guys over there?
Yeah. Same guys. Number 1 again. And they're saying it's his best recruiting class ever.
Do you think they win it all?
I do.
Yeah, I do.
I do.
I think it'll be them and Clemson in a rematch, and I think they'll somehow find a way to beat Clemson again. Might not be a blowout, but I think they'll find a way to win.
They'll be okay. They'll be okay. And Kiffin goes to Florida Atlantic. 29,000-seat stadium. Good luck, Lane.
Wanted to be a head coach, I guess.
Yes, you did.
Really wanted to be a head coach.
Yes, you did.
All right, hey, the crew got to enjoy some good food from Hooters. Hooters, get your game on. Hot wings, cold beer, tune in. And we appreciate everybody here on the Pelican staff. Takes a lot of people to put this show together. Most importantly, those of you that watch it, check it out on YouTube. Spread the roar. Tell your friends about it. Thank you so much. Jordy Helberg, another good one in. Merry Christmas to one and all out there. Enjoy the Merry Christmas season.
Kids are almost out of school.
School's almost out. Hey, we'll talk to you again. Thank you.
Attention small business owners. Penn Funding announces the easiest and fastest business funding program, the Platinum Business Account.
We needed cash fast. Business is good, but this is an emergency. We needed some new equipment, and the banks wouldn't help us.
At Penn Funding, we like to say, yes, you're approved. With your Platinum Business Account, you could qualify for up to $50,000 or more. This amazing new business account funding program is so effective, you could have the cash you need in just days.
I called, spoke with an agent who pre-qualified us, and connected me.
Call now for your Platinum Business Account. If you've been in business for at least 6 months, you could qualify for up to $50,000 or more in just days.
I called Penn Funding and had my money fast.
Need cash for your business? Call Penn Funding now.
Call 800-552-8621. 800-552-8621.
Friends, family, and community in surrounding parishes who have lost vehicles due to the flood. North American Auto Group is here to help. We have discounted over 400 pre-owned vehicles with no water damage. In addition, we have lenders offering disaster relief financing programs. We will also help you with your insurance and GAP claims. Shop online at NorthAmericanAutoGroup.com or visit us at one of our 4 locations in Baton Rouge and Gonzales. North American Auto Group. We make it easy.